the King of angels.
Oh, come, let us adore him.
Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine.
And the night has transitioned into the morning brief. Merry Christmas, good morning, and welcome to your perfect day starter. This is one of the few days I'm wearing a hat. I'm Kayode Okikelu.
Gratitude and the beauty and magic of Christmas ushers it this morning into your perfect morning starter. Good morning and welcome. Merry Christmas, Nigeria. Merry Christmas, the entire world.
I don't know about you, it's the most exciting time of the year. It's Christmas, it's the Yuletide. We call it the peak of the Yuletide. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Thank you for joining us. We started off in January, and now this is December the 25th. We wish you a Merry Christmas and, of course, a prosperous New Year. I'm Jeffrey Uzama. Welcome to the program, guys.
Vox Clan just welcomed us into the show. I mean, that was beautiful. I'm tempted to do We Wish You a Merry Christmas with you guys.
Now, I'm almost tempted to tell them to do the Oh Holy Night yet again. Can you guys do it one more time? Can you guys do it again?
Maybe another verse.
Can we do it again? This is Christmas, so let's just have fun. Let's just enjoy the reason for the season. Let's go, guys.
Led by the light of faith serenely beaming, with glowing heart by his cradle we stand. Led by the light of a star brightly gleaming, here came the wise men from Orient land. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices, oh, night divine, oh night, when Christ was born, oh night, divine, oh night, divine. Fall on your knees, oh hear the angel voices, oh night, divine, oh night, when Christ was born, oh night, divine, oh night, divine.
We'd like to meet you guys. So walk us through your names, because this is amazing. This is beautiful. So walk us, can you introduce us to the Vox clan proper?
Okay, this is the Vox Clan community.
Right, yeah.
Good morning, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry Christmas to
The
you.
Vox Clan community, and I am Victor's, the director. This is Valentino. This is Henry. That's Edna, and that's Agnes. And we have our conductor here, Mr. Emery Matthew.
Wow.
Welcome, Vox
Great
Clan.
job,
Thank
great
you.
job,
We need to
guys.
do a tune with them, really something. Can
Like
we
what?
wish you a Merry Christmas together? Is that something we can do?
Yes.
Please give us the key. so we're not
They're gonna go
And make
up,
sure our
right?
voices are under you.
So you make sure you
so you
crowd
guys
our
do your
voices. Are you ready? So you
guys
can
ready?
start, then we'll join anonymously.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you so much,
so
Vox
Beautiful.
Clan.
Thank
We're
you
going to
so
have
much.
more of you definitely on the show. But, guys,
Thank you.
thank you very much, Vox Clan. Ladies and gentlemen, Vox Clan, our Christmas special right here on the Morning Brief, and they just ushered us into Christmas proper. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes, so guys, we will take just a quick break and we'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. Yes, it's still the Morning Brief, the Christmas special right here on Channels Television. We're broadcasting live from Lagos. And of course, you see, we're dressed differently. I can see Bukola on this. They set me up.
My
But it's
Christmas
okay.
cloth.
It's okay.
I'm more like Father Christmas, not
Father
Santa.
Christmas. Yeah,
Father
no,
Christmas.
no, you're actually Santa on
No,
this particular
Father
one.
Christmas. That's what it is.
All right, we have a lot for you. But the very first thing we're going to do today, besides all of the music, is we had a conversation with the Oluo warrior, Giami Atuashe, on his message for Christmas and some of the things he would like to share with the rest of Nigeria and the rest of the world. So our colleague, Anwar Udo, had that conversation with him. Let's take a listen.
Christmas, everyone, and by now you know why it is called the most wonderful time of the year. It's the Christmas edition of the Morning Brief, and once again, to everyone watching right now, I hope you've been having a fantastic holiday. Once again, Merry Christmas, and of course it's a very special edition of the program today, and we'll be looking at Christmas through the ages with the theme Exploring Christmas, Traditions, Values, and Celebrations Across Generations. We have a special guest on the show today. He's the Olu of Warri, His Royal Majesty Ogiame Atuwashe III. Thank you very much for joining us on the Morning Brief, and Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you very much for having me. Good morning and Merry Christmas.
All right, so let's talk about your childhood, growing up. I mean, we all have fond memories, different memories of what Christmas was like growing up. But let's take a look at what it was traditionally, how it was celebrated traditionally in your childhood, and what are some of the fondest memories you have of Christmas?
If I am understanding you clearly, when you say traditionally, obviously I grew up in Warri, and we're talking about Warri in the 80s and 90s. There wasn't too much traditional in the way I understand you saying traditional. It was big town, small city, children running all over the place, dressed up, being happy, being merry. And so when I think about my childhood Christmas, it is, first of all, it is Harmattan, which sets the tone to let you know that we are at the end of the turn of the year. And Christmas carols, children coming around dressed up, coming back from church or family gatherings, as it were. And obviously this being growing up in the home of a king, is people coming in, sometimes collectively, sometimes as individuals, to come and felicitate with him. So those are my memories of growing up Christmas, Warri. If you really want to have a clear compare and contrast.
Yes.
Traditionally, obviously, Christmas is not an indigenous thing, which is an obvious statement. But at the turn of the year, as I said, and people knew the year was coming to an end before the concept of Gregorian calendar, before the advent of Christianity, for us to even understand it's Christ, therefore it's Christmas and all of that. The way things were done when the Harmattans came and you knew the year is turning, everybody would go back to their villages. And it was just simply a sense of, there was not a uniform celebration throughout this kingdom. So every community, every village had its own dance, its own masquerade, its own unique way of celebrating the fact that the year was coming to an end. But obviously, when we now have the Gregorian calendar and the whole concept of Christmas, it's still sort of the same, people going back to their specific communities, their specific villages and hometown. And obviously there's the modern element. They may now have funds to turn it into a little carnival-like celebration at that level. Masquerade dances, traditional performances, but it all still spoke to the one thing that has been consistent over the generations, whether it's pre-Gregorian calendar or now that we celebrate Christmas. It's still the concept of looking back home and coming back and being with your family and I suppose your friends at that home level.
So would you say,
All right, but so talking about, since you have almost answered my next question about what value or what traditional Christmas celebration do you believe are still relevant that youths can embrace at this time?
Well, it will still point to home, family values. And I think that also ties into the whole concept, original concept of Christmas itself. We know the story. Mary and Joseph were about to have a child, and happened to be there was a census, so everybody go home, go home. And when the home front is well organized, it is set, there is respect for the structure of the family, I believe only good things come out of that foundation. So whether we're talking about our youth today or the youth to come in the future, if they have good, sound, family, home-based structures, it's only going to be wholesome values that are going to come out of that. Respect, hard work, kindness, consideration, selflessness, and things like that. It all still comes from the seed that is a wholesome home environment, and so many good things come out of that.
When you look at the challenges that we have in Nigeria today, from security to economy, there's so many things people are facing at this time. How can Nigerians draw inspiration from the teachings of Christ to bring about positive transformation, personal renewal, and better development that would also have ripple effects in helping the country develop?
That's going to be an interesting question. I think a good place to start from in answering that question, drawing from the teachings of Christ, would be to sit back and self-reflect. Sincerity, in humility. And I say this because we've heard it said often that it's easy to, as people, as followers, complain about the situation we find ourselves in. But what is happening in Nigeria or in any country in the world today is a deeper reflection of the people, their values, the things they embrace, the things they celebrate, the things they tolerate. So I think if the individual is sincere in self-reflection as to how can I be better? How can I be an asset to my community, to my country, to my fellow man? And if that is percolating, it's a ripple effect through all and sundry. But like I said, it starts from inside. What comes out is something that will transform this country. But if it comes out from a place of simply looking at, if you want to call it, the facts, one can act in a way that could only lead to further frustration, even if the intention is good. But if you are acting from that place of truth, not facts now, inner, wholesome truth, you are more likely to have something that will positively transform this nation.
Since we're all in this season of Christmas, it should be a time to reflect, as you said earlier, which leads me to my next question, where young people come out of school, everyone is waiting for white-collar jobs. How can youths be inspired to focus on skills development, entrepreneurship, community building, things that do not necessarily have them rely on government, or how to help develop other people around them, building human capital and all of that? How will youths be inspired to be able to fend for themselves and do other things for people around them too?
Skill acquisition. The internet is a great place, free of charge, for people to go on YouTube, Google, to basically get free tuition, free tutelage, free lectures on what you could do. There's almost a do-it-yourself how to do things on the internet. So if it is welding, 3D laser cutting, handcrafts, there are so many things to learn on the internet. Yes, not everybody may have access to the internet to sit down. So I'm just using this off the top of my head. If somebody, as opposed to getting old school style, a lecturer to come and say, oh, we're teaching you skill acquisition, and it's a room of 200 people. If you can get a room of 200 people cinema style, and there's data, and they are now learning, okay, these are the raw materials you need. That way you don't even have to pay the lecturer or whoever who is teaching. I'm just saying all this to say, with creative use of the internet, we can get solutions. Instead of waiting for some experts to travel from far to say, oh, let's do this. Aside from the internet, necessity is the mother of inventions, and I'm saying that in a positive way. Necessity being the mother of invention, being when you actually sit down and look and think, how can one make the situation better? Usually out of desperation, people think creatively, negatively. How can we sabotage? How can we bootleg? How can we impersonate fraudulent activities? That usually is what easily flows when we want to say necessity is the mother of invention. But if we're able to actually sit down, a few people, youths and all that, to think, how can we be creative in a positive direction? Because I believe this country has had so many great ideas thrown at it over time. Whether those great ideas are implemented, that is another conversation. And I don't know what new idea I'm going to tell you now and say, oh, let us try this. Because if you probably go and research, you will see, oh, this idea was already given over and over again. So bringing it back to what I said about where it comes from. If you want to approach necessity is the mother of inventions from things are so hard and the facts, you could get to a frustrating and not necessarily positive building, positive outcome. But if it is coming from a place of true self-reflection and how can one get a creative solution, I think you're more likely, even though it is the same thing that has been given for over decades, you're more likely to, the stream is more likely to be positive.
So what is your message for Nigerians this Christmas season, especially regarding unity, purpose, and hope for a better future?
Some would even say it is the hope that we have been praying and preaching for that has even somewhat kept Nigerians complacent. So I do not want to say the same message that has been said for 63, 64 years. It has to be said differently. I know we are talking about Christmas, but when you look in the Bible, it says when the Tower of Babel was being built, no matter the situation you find yourself in as human beings, when we come together in unity and we say, this is what we want to do and achieve. I'm not talking about being disorderly or being violent or being forceful. When human beings come together in unity and oneness of heart, mind, purpose, and say, this is what we want to achieve, even God knows those people are going to achieve that thing. The Tower of Babel is an example. Even though that was an example for bad, men came together and said, let us build a tower to basically go up to heaven and confront the Maker. And God did not look at them and laugh and think these are human beings. I'll just snap my finger and He said, if we do not go to interrupt what they are doing, I'm paraphrasing, they will achieve what they've set out to do. So, once again, from the inside, Nigerians need to come together in oneness of purpose, not to build the Tower of Babel now, but to build a beautiful version of how they see Nigeria should, could, and will be. And we should not allow the division to come and scatter, because it will come in many guises. You are from a different tribe, you are from a different state, you are from a different religion, a different orientation. And if we allow those divisions to continue to divide us, the simple truth is nothing is going to change. There's no flowery way to put it. So if we want to say Nigerians should have hope and unity, there has to be working with the government. We're not talking about rebellion or uprising. We're talking about a really honest conversation that has to be championed and supported by the government. And when they see that unity of purpose, that Nigerians actually want to come together, not political guys and divide and all that, because that also wants to come into further divide. But if we actually come together sincerely and say, this is the vision, the plan of Nigeria that we want, even God knows, nothing will stop this country. Nothing. It's only us that can stop ourselves. It's not foreign interests. It's not capital interests from outside Nigeria. It is Nigerians that will stop Nigeria from being great.
Thank you very much. And once again, Merry Christmas. And I wish you the very best in 2025. Olu of Warri, His Royal Majesty Ogami Atuwashi III, thanks for your time on the Morning Brief. Thank you very much. And that's our chat with His Royal Majesty Ogami Atuwashi III. It's been a wonderful conversation we've had. And once again, to everyone watching right now, Merry Christmas. It's back to you guys.
And what would we do without our colleague Anne Owanwodo? Thank you, Anne, for holding the fort. And profound message there from Ogiame Atuashi III, from royalty, on the values of Christmas and especially the way forward for Nigeria. He spoke about, moving forward not just in unity but also in purpose. Speaking of which, there's more to come purposefully on the program today. We started off with Christmas carols, beautifully ushering us in, and now we're transitioning into something just as beautiful. It's Christmas, so our job is easy on the program today, guys.
Yes, but we will take just a quick break. And when we come back, we'll launch out and give you that very, that delicacy we prepared for you. We told you it's going to be a special one, so stay with us.
Welcome back to our Christmas special right here on The Morning Brief. It's Christmas, really, and I hope that you're getting ready either to go for the church services, for those who want to cook. I hope you're getting ready with all of those ingredients, which, by the way, you should have prepared yesterday, but if you've not...
Don't marinate.
You know, right?
You remember that edition, right?
It is Christmas, and the reason for this season is Jesus, essentially. This celebrates the birth of Jesus Christ. But today, as Bukola said, we have something very interesting for you. We start with a carol, but we need to move your body, right? It's been a very stiff year for some people.
Yeah.
When last did you go for it?
Especially for journalists, right, guys?
Right. Are you talking about Jeffrey right here?
Jeffrey and...
We're all journalists.
Coyote.
I've not seen Jeffrey dance in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
I danced at Tiki now. I did the Tiki a while ago.
But Jeffrey, we've had some opportunities to dance on the show. Maybe not as much as we should, for a healthier lifestyle. But it was difficult to see you big bodies.
Well, it depends on the tune you're playing for me. If you play my village song, oh Lord, play my village song, you will know how far.
So today we're going, I wouldn't say local, but just doing our own thing right here. Because Christmas means a lot to us, particularly from the cultural angle. So we'll be introducing a band to you today. But just in case you're just joining us, let us know how you're celebrating Christmas. Hashtag CTV Morning Brief. Or you can just go over to WhatsApp. You see the number on your screen from time to time. Let us know how you are celebrating Christmas. If you're heading to church, send us a video or pictures. If you're cooking, let us know. Whatever you're doing.
We like all of that, especially the cooking part.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how Christmas has evolved over time. When we were growing up, there was no internet, nowhere to post pictures or videos of family and friends, either dancing or tearing at the Christmas chicken. But we would go to church on Christmas Eve, what we call wash night mass or something. Yeah, we would go to church, on Christmas Eve and spend, a Christmas night in church up until, the morning time, and then, wake up and you assist mom with preparations for the Christmas meal in the morning, and then the house is full before you know it. Everyone from far and wide will come to celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, I had the memory of us going from one auntie to uncle, that's how we call it, auntie to uncle. Just go around, literally. You take a bit of chicken here, you take a bit of
drinks,
soft drinks here. It was fun. It was just beautiful to see. And I don't know, did you guys go to your villages?
Yeah, right here. Morning Brief is my place. But I must say, I noticed something last night. All the shopping malls, the supermarkets, as we say, departmental stores were packed. So I don't know if people were saving money all through January to November and December the 24th, only to spend it that day, because it looked like everybody was out to get something.
I think it's part of a cultural thing. So what I've learned as an African, and especially as a Nigerian, we celebrate everything, which is why we told Mr. President ahead of time that when you see us balling this December, it's not because the economy has improved or things are better.
It's just because,
no, it's true. I just got back trying to intimidate us. Batch D arrived 2 days ago and all of that. The point is that Nigerians celebrate anything.
Yeah.
Funeral, we turn up. birthdays will turn up, anniversary will turn up. So perhaps this turn up this December is because of the challenges we are facing.
But you know, these things have to be data driven, as you always advocate, Gardi. So let's not give President Tinubu the leeway to go ahead and think that no, my policies are working. You know, you already gave himself a pass mark.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that Nigerians celebrate pain and excitement and everything.
We just always find time to
because
celebrate.
I wonder why we go for funeral.
There are a good number of Nigerians who cannot go to the mall to buy this cap that you got yesterday or to buy the basics.
That's a good point.
How did I
we are a
come
country
into
of
this?
250 million people.
I'm just a journalist, so you know what? Let us do some extra fun on the show this morning. And we're going to be introducing to you a fantastic band. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. This is already a show, right? For K Wonder and his band. They're live with us right here on the Morning Brief. Look at them, looking all beautiful. Good morning, K Wonder.
Jeffrey's going to dance this morning.
Just play my village tune.
So what do you have for us?
Find my village.
K Wonder.
Don't worry, just sing that.
It's from everywhere. So what do you have for us today?
By special grace of God, we just want to make people feel good.
K Wonder, we need to use your mic. Don't run away from your mic right there. All right, what do you have for us?
We just want everybody to feel good, feel alright. Even if you're at home, if you're doing anything, you are driving, you are traveling, if you are listening on here or you're watching us live, just feel good. Let's get it together and kill it like one.
Let us do it. So K Wonder and
Over to you.
Over to you guys.
Oye sọpụtara isi ike ndụ akụma amasị amasị sọ gị na Gloria ọbata ụlọ dị mma eze 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 onye sọpụta isi ike ndụ amama amasị amasị sọ gị na Gloria ọbata ụlọ dị mma eze 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 eze. Anubalaja, Ashikabiyesi rẹ̀, Ababuruburu, sábẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ yín, àyíká ọ̀tún, àyítòsí fún ọ, Ababuruburu, sábẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ yín o, Anubalaja, Ashikabiyesi rẹ̀. Igwe, 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 ọba. So the Holy Bible says, Mary born, Jesus Christ was born on Christmas Day. The angels sing, a king was born today, and I will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Ababuru, Sabesei, Ayikauto. Ayé tó sì fún wọn àbàrà búburú sábẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ yìí o ànàgbàlájà àṣekábíyèsí rẹ̀ Igwe, 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 ọba.
To the world,
The Lord is come. Let earth receive a king. Let every heart be paid. And never the nation sing. And never the nation sing. And never the nation sing. And baburu. Sábẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ yìí, ayé ká ọ̀tún, ayé tó sì fún ọ, àbárúgbúrú, sábẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ yìí o, ànàgbàlájà, àṣekábíyèsí rẹ̀. Igwe, 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 Igwe. Sarakuna, Sarakuna, Serikio, Oba. The stars are shining bright. It is a night of a deep Savior's there. Long lay the world in sin and error pining. Still he appears, and the snow filled his world. But real love, the weary world rejoices, and yonder break a new and glorious morn. Oh, fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angels' voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night.
ti rí ìràwọ̀ rẹ̀, ìràwọ̀ sánmọ̀, àwa ti wá láti inú ẹ̀kún. Bọ́bá tàbí oyin,
àbá búrúburú sábẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ yín, àyíká ọ̀tún, àyítòsí fún ọ. Àbá búrúburú sábẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ yín o, àná bàlájà àṣekábíyèsí rẹ̀.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen.
And the band.
Amazing. I love the way you turned all those Christmas classics. You owned it. You gave it our feel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
K-Wonder and the band.
Beautiful.
I think you guys should take a bow. You guys deserve to take a bow right here. Thank you so much.
Great job you guys have done. Great, fantastic. Thank you so much for being part of this special Christmas edition of the program. But hey, we will take a quick break now. When we come back, we'll get to a very big conversation. We're having some of the biggest names in the industry, Jackie Appiah, A.Y. Marco, and an incredible writer and producer. I'll introduce him when he comes back. Join us again.
Welcome back to the Morning Brief right here on Channels Television. If you've just joined us, Merry Christmas! And I like how Christmas is taking on a very beautiful rhythm and tempo on the show today. We just had K-Wonder. There's many more to come. Yes, the show is pregnant with promise this morning. Speaking of promise, here are promises fulfilled on this segment as we look at the arts and entertainment, particularly in Nollywood. Yes, we're celebrating our Nollywood greats on the show today. So ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome A.Y. Makun, comedian who joins us virtually today. Hello, A.Y. Thank you so much for joining us, and Merry Christmas to you and yours. We also have Jackie Appiah, Canadian Ghanaian actress, who also joins us via Zoom from Ghana. Hello, Jackie. You're looking beautiful, and we're glad to have you. Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Yes.
And what a good time to find out that Jackie is also a Canadian.
Don't worry, anyway, we're coming to you. We're not done with introductions yet. We also have here in our Lagos studio joining us Mr. Femi Odugbemi, writer and filmmaker. Good morning. Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, so anyway, I'm coming to you first. It's been a long time coming. Of course, I'm sure you know we've been on your trail for some time now. So if Muhammad refuses to go to the mountain, the mountain will go to Muhammad. So let's start with the big thing that you're on to and you've been promoting, The Waiter. That's your movie. You've been saying quite a lot about it. I would like you to start by, telling us, the backstory behind The Waiter, and particularly how it ties into your Aquos series of your movies that you've been producing over time.
Well, it's so good to be here, and of course, seeing a senior colleague in the studio there with you. You mentioning Mohammed going to Martin, or Martin coming to Mohammed. A guy will start wondering why is why not here? Well, we're just busy with The Waiter. The Waiter is the new one that I'm coming up with. It talks about the everyday story that we all go through in Nigeria. And of course, it's laced with comedy. It's laced with all the expected messages that you need to get, because it's everything that is happening in Nigeria right now that we infuse into the Aquos series as a masterpiece. And as a matter of fact, we're already out there in cinemas nationwide, and of course, it's doing pretty well. It could be better with the festive period. So this is Aquos, and I'm here.
So I'm wondering why a lot of big movies have come out. Just staying with you for a moment before we go to other guests. A lot of big movies have come out. You and your colleagues. Is there something quite strategic for releasing movies in December, and how rewarding is it, given the fact that the space, for those of us who are not experts, may look at it as super saturated?
Well, you and I would agree that, December, in commemoration of the birth of Christ, is a cultural holiday that celebrates the birth of Christ. And as a matter of fact, you know that it's more like when you say you have your prime time in the studios over there. So for us, it's a prime time, it's a peak period for a lot of people. They have just got back. Every other person coming around. Every day is more like a holiday when it comes to December. So it's a good time to come out. But if you say saturated, maybe with our timing, everybody, one way or the other, we want to, savor the beauty of the period. So when you see A, B, C, D, E, and F come out at the same time, it's just because we just want to milk from the season. But notwithstanding, we also maintain the fact that it's just a matter of interest. There are people who would love action films, and it's okay, I'm going for this one. There are some who would love to laugh and have a combination of both. There are some who would love drama. So variety, they say, is the spice of life. So if we engulf your December with different ingredients, it's just left for you to make a choice. Or better still, if your pocket is good enough, subscribe to each and every one of us.
Right? How about you just have a taste of everything? And that's brilliant, really. We see how great Nollywood is doing, and we can't speak enough about that. So I'll just go over to Jackie, because she's also offering something for Christmas. You're also in a project that is showing at this time, which I imagine a lot of people can't get enough of. But first, I imagine you want to respond to AY's comment about him not knowing that you're Canadian. Just finding out live.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. Yes, I was born in Canada and then moved to Ghana when I was about 13 years old. 13 years old. Yes, so yes, AY, I'm Canadian.
There you go. So speak to us about what this season means to you. You bring different cultures together. The Canadian culture, imagine Ghanaian culture, big on that. And then there's an infusion of Nigeria in it. It looks like you're enjoying the best of all the worlds, really. So what does Christmas mean to you from those different perspectives?
Oh, it's a time of togetherness. My family is coming from around the world. People have come in from the States, people have come in from Canada, people have come in even from Nigeria, and, we meet under one roof, we crack jokes, eat food, those who can't join us will probably join us online, through video calls and stuff like that. But it's a fun one. This is my favorite month of the year. It's my birthday month as well. So this month is very dear to my heart. I think it's the best month of the year. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the Christmas. I just started my Christmas yesterday. So yeah, I just started celebrating yesterday.
All right, there's more to
It's
talk
been
about.
fun. It's been fun. It's been amazing.
Beautiful. You're also promoting a project right now. Before we leave you for a bit, Jackie, talk to us about your role in that film that is, on the lips of everyone now. Of course, AY, no offense, we know that the waiter is also on the lips of everyone. But let's talk a bit about Everybody Loves Jennifer.
Yes.
You play the role of a drug baron in that movie, Bebe. I hope I got the name correctly.
Yes, you did.
Yes. So how challenging was that role for you, and how strategic is this partnership between Nigeria and Ghana in this flick?
Well, playing the character Bebe was amazing. It's something different. Funke wanted me to play something different, and I'm happy I did because everyone in the cinema loved it. They haven't seen me in that light before, so having to see me play the character Bebe, everyone was like, oh wow. you know, but it was fun playing it. It wasn't easy at all, you know. Every character is not easy, you know. Every character is challenging, but having to. I don't think I've ever played a drag bond, if I can remember correctly, but. Yeah, I think this is my first role as a drug baron. I could be wrong. In case you watch a movie, someone else playing a drug, but yeah, but I can't remember. This is my first time, and it was fun. It was quite hard, you know, but I enjoy playing it. And the collaboration between Ghana and Nigeria has been there from time immemorial, and Nigeria is my second home, you know. People see me and they think I'm Nigerian, you know, and sometimes I don't know, I'm Ghanaian. So, I thought you were Nigerian, you know. So we love each other. You guys bully us all the time. But I love Nigeria. Nigeria is my second home. Ghanaians always say that you like Nigerians more than us. I'm like, oh no, it's my second home too. You know, they're my family as well. So yes, it's been fun filming in Nigeria. Doing collaborations. I just did one as well with Moses Inwa. It will be out soon. Very big project as well. And yes, I had fun. I had fun shooting Everybody Loves Jennifer. Funke is a phenomenal director. She's a fantastic director. It was so fun being on set with her, you know. She's always coming to you on making sure you're all right. Are you okay, Jackie? Do you need anything? Like, she pampered me throughout the whole shoot, and I enjoyed filming with her. I had so much fun, to be honest.
So, Jackie, Nigeria is your second home. So we're securing your commitment to come shoot your next movie in Nigeria, not Ghana and not Canada.
And there goes the bully again.
Okay, so let's come to the studio now. Mr. Dugbebi, AY refers to you as the OG. So we have the OG of the movies on set. Okay, first of all, your reflections on Christmas before we begin to talk about, you know, how these movies are shaping Christmas and, you know, the other elements of Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you.
I think it's just such a wonderful time to be alive. It's great to actually have started the year and end it, you know, in good health. Christmas is a wonderful time. I think it's one of the times that our humanity is on display. It's about community, it's about family, it's about love, it's about giving. And for me, you know, given that my age and how we grew up, it was the only time that you knew all the family.
Right.
It was also a time to kind of get back to your roots. People went to the village, you met your grandmas and grandpas, and it's just such a joyful time. Of course, you know, this year is a bit more sober, simply because of, you know, all the things that's happened, you know, the children that have died in Ibadan and other places, and for those people you have to also offer condolences. It must be a very tough time to lose anyone, but that does not take away the joy of the season, and I'm really just so happy to be able to spend this time with family.
It's always interesting when we have persons like you. I refer to people, besides calling you an OG.
What does OG mean?
The old guys. I mean, the dinosaurs in the game, literally. Well, in a very nice way.
The ancestors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm proud of you.
So you're actually a benefit of hindsight. So you walked it, the journey. So if we're looking for eyewitnesses of the past in the movie industry, we come to persons like you. So we can also project into the future. And given the fact that you're a writer, that's quite critical in terms of depth of thought. So when you see what is playing out, besides you also tell us what you're working on, the quality of stories our people are telling, how impressed are you?
I'm excited, incredibly excited, because if you know how the film industry has been. I mean, the industry goes way back to the 50s, actually, when, you know, the Nigeria Film Commission was making documentaries, and people like, you know, Wale Soyinka, Hubert Ogunde, you know, Baba Salah were making films. But I think the generation that brought Nollywood has taken everything to new heights. And if you look at how it started and the will and grit that was brought to it, I mean, it was an industry that did not have funding. It was an industry that didn't have government support. But look down, 20, 30 years later, the quality of work. I'm really quite proud of the journey of this industry. And not just in Nigeria, you have to understand that Nollywood has also inspired filmmaking across the continent. It's provided employment for so many people who are talented. And film is so important. It's such an important cultural practice because it is within film you find everything. The musician has a space. The fashion designer has a space. The actor has a space. The writer has a space. It's something that I think Nigeria has been incredibly blessed to have this as its narrative globally. Because, when you travel, you find that almost everywhere you go, there is somebody that has seen a Nollywood movie. And for me, that is as good a cultural diplomacy tool as you can have. We have a lot of Hollywood people who want to come and act in Nollywood. You see them already coming. Idris Elba is making a film out of Nigeria. That to me ought to give us a lot of respect for the work that I think this industry has done. And it's still doing. There's a lot of the economy is benefiting greatly from this, not just the employment, the amount of money. You ask, Jackie, or you ask AY, how much was invested? That money comes from somewhere.
So in your view, do we have a seat on the table yet?
We built our own table. And I think that's really the key. When you talk about the table, you have to talk about it in terms of global impact, in terms of audience size, in terms of storytelling. I think these things we've created from nothing. And if you look at the economy of it, and the amount of, one of the things we've not done right is get the data right. If we were to get the data right and to be able to say how much money has gone into Nollywood and has spread out in Nollywood within the last 20, 30 years, you have to say next to oil, it rivals everything else. So for me, that's excitement.
And there goes my concern from time to time. I remember, we're still living what happened to crude oil, or what is happening to crude oil, So yes, you may say we have a table, but does that table have legs to stand on? Do we have a structure? Are we able to now say, okay, let us start developing movies ourselves without the Forex? Well, you can't do without the Forex, but without the support in that sense of those big companies. A lot of them have left, by the way. But it's very interesting to hear your perspective that we now have a table. But when you say crude oil, I am a bit worried because I don't want us to have this conversation 50 years.
I would say to you this, we're a work in progress.
Absolutely. And I think that's the point to
We're a work in progress. And when people ask me if the cup is half full or half empty, I say we should be glad we have a cup at all.
There you go.
We are one country out of how many in Africa. We've created something that's globally recognized. We've created star brands, names that you can mention, and anywhere in the world, people know it. Okay. You got to give it to the industry. There are things to be done. There are structures to be built. We started out almost organically, without much government support. Government is kind of recognized the industry now for its economic power, and they're trying to do things. You have many state governors who are trying to build film villages. You have CBN trying to put a fund together. You have Bank of Industry putting a fund in. We need to build those infrastructures, and we will.
Okay, that is great. This is not a takeaway from the work being done.
Oh, absolutely.
I just wanted to capture that other angle. I know it is Christmas. There's a lot of merry and jollying, but I need to talk about this. And I'll go back to AY. And maybe everybody can chime in. So you have your own work, The Man Died.
Yes.
Wole Soyinka's memoirs. Yes. Fantastic work, right? AY has his own work out there, The Waiter. Yeah, and AY, you put out a tweet recently. Yes, we're going there, just in case. And this is what you said.
You were coming there.
Of course, that's why we're here. But it's a very important conversation to have, right? And I want us to just approach this with an open mind. So this is your tweet. I'm sure you know the tweet, but for the benefit of others who have not read it, I'll just take a part of it. You started by saying, one day, man go tell man, wetin man do man. We work so hard to stay relevant and take care of our responsibilities. I'll paraphrase this next part because this is TV. You said, must we have the things that women have in order for us to get support from our fellow men? I'm still the only man left in the business of filmmaking who is yet to give it all up. The Waiter is a beautiful movie. I will continue to personally push it with my full chest in cinemas worldwide. You put out a tweet afterward trying to clear the air, saying this is not a takeaway from the work others are doing. But obviously that initial tweet came from a place of pain. Now you are next to Jackie, who has the things. You know where I'm going. But
the pain is still very much around. Now, people usually would take things out of context. It was just a tweet to kind of remind my fellow men, my gender, that we can support each other. Now, what was the tweet about? So, do you know how painful it is when you put some people in your film and they sign contract? And the contract also involves them promoting and being a part of the journey for the film. And then you see them not doing that. And alternatively, you see those people promoting the film that they are not a part of. And my question comes, must I have the things that women have for you to come and support what I'm doing? Men should try to support men. It was just a simple truth, but it was taken out of context. The good thing that it was cleared in the sense that the day before, I was with the women with the things that they have in the cinemas doing our thing together as a unit. So seeing people taking it out of context, which is something you always get from the social media space anyway. Sensationalism is one thing that you must anything to bring the trend. Once they wait, it's like they wait for you. Are you going to go off? Then they bring you to the position of explanation. But like I said, the people in the industry, the other gender in the industry, they're doing pretty well. And we are very, very full of respect for them, for the things that they have done and the things that they are doing. But I repeat again, waiting man, do man.
Double down. Jackie, is there any waiting woman, do woman? How did you receive this? Because it looks like the women get all of the attention clearly now. But I'm sure you saw that tweet. Maybe you didn't, but does that resonate with you as well?
Harry, no, I didn't see it. So you read it. I just heard about it for the first time right now on this platform. So yeah, he's clarified himself. It's good that he's clarified himself. Yeah, I'm hearing it for the first time. Yeah, but I understand where he's coming from. Probably wants men to support men, just as women support women. And he said some people were promoting other films and not promoting their films. And I know sometimes artists can be stubborn. You have a movie out there, your producer wants you to promote it. You should do that, And it is painful that you've put so much money into a project and you see artists not promoting something that they're part of and probably posting something that is like fashion picture or, chilling somewhere, and they're not promoting a job that they use their sweat. And if we don't all come together to support each other, we can't move forward in the right direction. So it's important as an artist that whenever you're part of put some effort in it to help promote the production.
All right.
So it's very important.
I'm sure you wanted to say something about it.
It's very strange because in film and television, we always say there are no women. It's all men. Simply because the work is so difficult and so hard. And so really gender is not really the issue. But I get his point. It's important for people to promote the work. It's one of those infrastructure things you're talking about outside the country, in other places. There are promotional institutions, there are companies, PR companies that take on film and have a budget to do so. But because, the budget we often have, we've always just put it in the work. And so we don't have those extras yet. So in time, it will come. But it's important to say this about women in our industry today. Women are driving everything that is progressive about this industry. You look at Ebony Life and Mohabudu, you look at Chioma and Afrif. There's just so many examples. And I think we ought to be grateful for the work they're doing and for the sensitivity they bring. Yes, they have things we don't have, but we also have things that they don't have. And I guess the key is to work it together just so that, we make this a bigger pie for everybody.
The gender perspective is interesting, One would never have looked at it from that standpoint prior to this time. But now that you bring all the other women into the mix, it's now easy to see that the women are doing great things, and it's in the movie industry, and it seems as if where are the men? But Ewa, you're not alone. Mr. Odubemi is here, and he's been standing strong over the decades in the movie industry, and he doesn't have the things that women have. But he's doing well all the same. Now, Mr. Odubemi, talk to us about your appointment recently into the International Engagement Committee of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. It's a testament, to the work that you've done over the years. But what does it do to the visibility and, performance of the Nigerian movie content on the global stage? And, often than not, we talk about it on this show about how, it's an excessive need for us to seek the validation of the international community for the kind of work that we're doing here. Do we really need it and all of that? But what does it do for us?
I'm a member of the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences. I'm also a member of the International Academy for Television. And why I'm not the only one. There are other Nigerians who are also members of this international committees. And I think it's important because film is a global business. You have to be in the room to kind of expand your opportunity. You have to know what's going on for you to know what the quality, what the standards are. And it's also a business of networks. For us, we make these films, our audiences are seeing them. We need audiences outside of Nigeria as well to see the work that we're doing here, and hopefully to be able to have people also invest in this industry. It's not just about making film, it's also about the country. It's about locations. South Africa makes more money from people that come in to shoot in Cape Town and other parts of South Africa, using their location, their landscape and all of that, and bringing work for their technical people and their actors and their storytellers. So beyond exporting what we're doing, we also need to import work. We need to import opportunity. And I think the more Nollywood people that are in the room, quote unquote, in those international organizations, the better for us to make our case, for inclusion. Right. And I think that's important. One day, our films would also be at the Oscars, will be at the Emmys. Certainly. And you have to lay the groundwork for that.
Yeah, and we must have our own Oscars too one day.
Well, I think we already do. AMA is African Oscar. Oscar, AMVCA is an African Oscar.
Where can we see The Man Died?
The Man Died will be seen soon. It's going to be seen in the new year, but really the most important thing is to create the awareness for people to know that this film is coming.
We're back to that awareness again.
When is that coming? Give us a date, please.
I don't have a date yet, but it would be in the first quarter of next year.
AY, where can we see the waiter? No, we have to do this. Men supporting men. Now let it be on record. AY, where can we see the waiter?
The waiter is actually in cinemas nationwide as we speak, and it's doing pretty well.
All right.
And maybe we need to ask Jackie Appiah. Jackie Appiah, where can we see you?
Everybody loves Jennifer.
You can see me in the cinemas nationwide as well. Everybody loves Jennifer, both here in the diaspora as well. We had 100,000 the diaspora yesterday, so yeah. You can see me everywhere.
All right.
Yeah, everywhere. Everybody loves Jennifer showing everywhere, both Nigeria and Ghana, everywhere. And the diaspora as well.
Okay, thank you for putting that in. I wanted to say that it's also showing in Ghana as well. So thank you so much. I'm going to watch this segment back later on YouTube. We've been talking with AY, comedian, filmmaker, Jackie Appiah, Canadian Ghanaian actress, and Femi Odugbemi, writer and filmmaker who joined us here in our Lagos studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gentlemen and delectable lady.
Men supporting men.
We'll take a break now. There's more to come on the program. Join us again. We'll be right back.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic, and enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
Music, dancing, and dining. Christmas celebration is in full swing for members of the Imo Citizens Gulf region.
We've come to celebrate the end of the year party, to thank God for what God has done for us, our families, our kids, and in business also. We've come today to say thanks to God.
It's a joyous gathering, and in attendance are leading entrepreneurs, professionals, as well as representatives of the Nigerian consulate. It's an opportunity to showcase culture and strengthen ties with their Nigerian heritage.
It's very important for us to gather like this to show our value to our culture, especially to our children. Most of them were born here. Some of them have only been to our country, maybe one or two. Some of them may not have been there. But just to show them the value of our family and expose them to where we are coming from.
Diplomatic relations between the UAE and Nigeria are improving after more than 2 years of restrictions and bans. However, there are still issues of concern.
The arrest and deportation. In the past months, many of our brothers and sisters have been deported. It gives us concern as a consulate. We have headache, we have sleepless nights. I'm particularly pained because it comes to my desk. We should please be good ambassadors of Nigeria that this host authority used to reckon us with. We shouldn't be associated with evil so that this national profiling can be stemmed.
An appeal to community members to contribute positively to the national image. Amid the music and festive cheer, this celebration highlights the resilience and pride of the Nigerian community, reinforcing a key message of the season: hope, love, and togetherness. From Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, Maya Wadegoke for Channels Television News.
Welcome back. It's a Christmas special on the Morning Brief right here on Channels Television. We're broadcasting live from Lagos, by the way. And we've had that conversation with the greats in the industry. We have yet another set of greats right here joining us both in our Lagos studio and via Zoom. We have in the Lagos studio, Warri Arole, actor, comedian, and we must add the recent one, Prophets. He's been our guest before, so thank you for coming on the program. We also have Jabin Igirigi, also known as Professor Titus, a comedian. Thank you for coming on the program. And joining us via Zoom is Lolo Motunde. We call her Lolo One. She's an actress. She joins us via Zoom. Okay, she's going to join us later on the program. We hope to have her. So it's an all-men's affair. So men supporting men. I had complained that men are not supporting men. Maybe, I know you've acted. Yeah. You've been in several movies. I get it. Is it true that men don't support men?
Oh, well, it's AY's experience. I get where it's coming from, a deep place of, he has put in a lot of work into what he's doing, and I guess, but I wish him all the best in what, because, and it comes from the fact that he supports a lot of people. We know a lot of comedians that have risen from AY Life, AY's platform, a lot of people that might not have heard the name. So the pain is going to come from, when you do something and you're not receiving that same thing that you give out. It can be painful, but I wish him all the best in what he's doing. He's an amazing young man, and I give it to him for that.
Absolutely. So let's come to you. Let's leave AY for a moment, and I'll come to you. You're wearing many caps. At one moment we saw you as a comedian, another moment we saw you in the movies, and then you had a conversation with us that I'm going somewhere. I'm going deeper. I'm going deep down. And people are like, okay, are people really going to take you seriously? Because you're going to a space where there's a lot of, is it piety now? That's the right word. Yeah. So now you have your own ministry.
By God's grace.
And you started off, and you're a prophet. Walk us through how that has been for you.
Firstly, I must say a very big thank you to Channels TV, because I think your station helped put a lot of people in perspective the last time I came here, because a lot of my friends were like, what's I really doing? How do we and I got a lot of review, positive stuff after that interview. So the proper way should be done, because we're running a fellowship at the time, which just call your friends, let's pray, and boom, miracle signs and wonders are happening. So we had to go the normal way. If you want to start a ministry, register the ministry as it should be done, do all the name registration, the proper board of trustee, everything properly done, because it's now time we're going into ministry, and we're ordained September 29 by Pastor Pojo Imadi at Daystar Christian Center. So everything that runs with a ministry, we can now function in it. For example, so we can coordinate a wedding ceremony. Oh yes. So
have you joined any couple? Yes.
So everything functional. Nice. We could register. We have a letterhead where you can meet us. So it's a proper structured ministry now that we're on.
Fantastic. We're having you in the context of Christmas, right?
Yes.
But let me come to Professor Titus. We need to brace up for Prof. That's why we're coming to you now. How are you? It's interesting to see you out of the barrister, the lawyer outfit. But how are you doing? How is Christmas shaping up for you? Just get right into it.
Well, thank you very much. First and foremost, before I galvanize with what I have in my hypothalamus, let me give a prolific and titanic honorific ability nataribus with no rejectamenta to Channels TV for galvanizing the Lollapalooza Parajic and academic egghead to this locus. And yes, we're in a splendid federal season. I also want to give a titanic and gentle being Buddha and Bura being, or put in simple words, a Merry Crimbo.
That's not simple words. That's not simple words.
Go ahead. A Merry Crimbo, and of course a prosperous annus mirabilis to the Homo sapien that are envisaging us. So let me get to your question. I'm more perturbed than unruffled. Let me see. Christmas is a season of joie de vivre, jokos, and jocundity. Is a season that envelopes and imbibes all the Homo sapiens in a state of ho ho ha ha and one ha ha ha.
Whatever that means.
I am very, very happy to be here, and everything is going splendiferously well.
Wole Arole. Do we need to do deliverance? do we need to lay hands?
Almost, if I thought I was speaking in tongues at the time, because they look very awesome being, man. That's quite hilarious.
I mean, speak to us. It's Christmas, right? And this is a time to be merry.
Yes.
We're chocolate. I'm almost coughing right now.
In fact, for me as well.
But what does Christmas really mean? It's great to marry, but at the heart of it, what does Christmas mean?
It's love. It's giving. Christmas is that time when we come together. So it's people have had stressful year, work and all of that. So when it comes to Christmas, is happiness, joy, family, community. You know, people buy gifts for one another. We go see people. What are you cooking there? And I think family breaks the barrier of religion for me, where a Muslim can call a Christian, hey, are you at home? I'm coming home. I'm going to eat the chicken at your house. So it's love. It's love beyond bound. People can just come. People you don't even know come to your house and say, hey, what do you have there? So it binds us together, and it's global. Dubai celebrates it. You see, you go to the malls, you see these clothes are on discount, you know, so that you can even partake of what you might not ordinarily afford.
I got it on discount.
Can you see that? So I think the love unifies. So for us in our ministry, we're doing a lot of giving. We're reaching out to the prisons. That's what we're doing Christmas. We're doing prison outreach, giving stuff to them, just giving hope to hopeless people, love in the head. We know how challenging it has been for people in Nigeria and also other part of the world, not just Nigeria. So I think today is just a day to just marry and relax us. Firstly, I'm alive. So I gather the energy for the next year, but I'm happy.
Okay, let's bring in Lolo now. Understand she's joining us. Lolo, welcome to the program.
Hello, welcome, good morning, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas to you. I don't know whether you had the opportunity to listen to the comments that I had to go through just moments ago from Professor Titus.
I was laughing right here.
You can comment on that.
Awesome.
But also, we want to just share this moment with everyone. What does Christmas mean to you, Lolo?
For me, Christmas is a time for family. It's a time to show the love of God, because it's supposed to be like a religious holiday, but it's become something more widespread. People just see like a Yuletide season or a season of just having a good time with family and friends. So I think it's just a season of love, basically.
I know you're a lawyer, correct me if I'm wrong, you're a broadcaster, you're a businesswoman. From where you sit and view the world, especially Nigeria, with the many things that are going on in Lagos and across the country, do you think people are really imbibing the essence of the season, or people are being on overdrive? What exactly is your rating and assessment of the season?
Honestly, things have been very, very tough this year. Nigerians have had to multitask. They have had to, in fact, they've had to like multiply themselves in many, many places. People are doing so many things to keep their lives together. So I think it's a tough year. But Nigerians, for who we are, I think we're naturally hospitable people. And whether we're going through a tough time or things are easy, I find out that Nigerians are always willing to reach out to do something to help one another. I don't think that spirit has diminished at all. It's a bit tougher, but people are still giving, people are still sharing, people are still doing, what they can to help, the next person. I think it's the spirit of us as Nigerians. That's who we are.
There you go. So it's great to hear, and I'm glad this is coming real. It is what it is, but Nigerians still find a way around these challenges. But it's no excuse. What needs to be done by those who have that responsibility. I have to go back to Professor Titus now. May things never Titus. Listening to you, I'm tempted to think, first, how did you dig so deep to come up with something like that? I've heard Obayagbon, and some might say, are you trying to be like him? So is it the situation around that made you dig deeper and say, well, this one I'm going about won't work. Let me dig deeper into me and get something that you won't readily find available. But really, how did you become this? What's your origin story?
Well, since I've been Kunabilis and I've been Nisho, or let me say, since the inception of the concept Origo, the lexicon have always been a Bonza, Biza, Gaba, Inamorato, or if you like, a bosom friend to me. And I've been an omnivorous reader, and that was one of what propelled and galvanized me into being a grandiloquent sesquipedalian. And sometimes whenever I open my yap and laughing gear to verbals, to have a tete-a-tete with Homo sapiens, they feel that I'm trying to obfuscate non-plus or submerge their hypothalamus and hippocampus in a state of
Lolo, do you need water? You should get water, Lolo.
Go ahead.
In a state of cataclysmic and cantankerous quagmire, but that's not usually the point. So, well, it all started when I found an old lexicon while I was in secondary school, and I also found a book, Veronica, My Daughter. It was actually a play, and then they had one character inside, Mr. Bombabilly. So I usually underline. I was not even reading the whole play. I was just focused on Mr. Bombabilly.
Wow.
So and then I was using these words without knowing the meaning. So I fell in love with it, and then watching Sam Loko Efe and also Honorable Patrick Obayagbon, it actually propelled and galvanized my sesquipedalian atmosphere.
We're back again. For a few seconds, we had you normal, and I was excited. Jeffrey, I'm tired. Over to you.
We're really exhausted already.
But it's beautiful, I must say. And how is your craft being received? And I think that's a very important question. He has been able to do comedy. He's transitioned to other things. He does fashion and all of that. For you, how is it going? Do you look up to people like him and say, Arole has been able to transition? He's now a man of God,
a prophet.
Prophet. So for you, before I come to Lolo, who's another great in the industry, able to transition, how is it going for you?
Well, it's going splendiferously well. Like I said, since the Terminus Aqua, even though I've not gotten to the Terminus Aqua yet, I'm still peregrinating to the crescendo and apotheosis. It's been going splendiferously well. I was due to the state of the economy, I was in a state of cantankerous impecuniosity, destitution, and austerity. And I had this idiosyncratic and spontaneous talent. And then while I was solivaganting, I deduced that, well, I can actually do something like this. I was having a colloquy and a corero with one of my bosom friends. The compost mentis Homo sapien as well. Somebody was just making a video. And then he posted the video. I had no intention since the Terminus Aqua of being a content creator or a comedian. And the person posted the video. And then after 5 days, people were meeting me. I saw your video. I'm like, what's going on? So I checked on YouTube. And then it got 50-something thousand views. I'm like, this is actually easy. Let me try it again. And when I did it again, the numbers were megalithic, Brobdingnagian, and up to the apex.
It's okay.
We get the
Let's go to Warri. So
to Lolo. Yeah.
Lolo, you've seen a lot. I like to use that phrase. And when you look at people like Titus, what is the impression you get as far as the future of the creative industry is concerned? Because you are in both worlds. You're in the media and the creative industry. So you help all of us posit it properly. And then what exactly are you working on at the moment?
I'm just very grateful for the fact that Nigerians are super creative, honestly. The depth of talent you find in Nigeria is immense. And when I see the likes of Titus, I'm very excited that there's always something for everyone. There will be someone that would latch onto that kind of comedy, and it will just brighten their day and make their lives better. I think the future is so vast. Trust me, if what we're able to do with music, with Afrobeats, we're getting the notice of the world. In the film industry, we're getting the notice of the world. Trust me, our comedy is going to do the same for us. So well done, Titus. Well done. For what I'm doing right now, of course, you know I'm part of the biggest blockbuster out of Nigeria, and that is Everybody Loves Jennifer with Funke Akindele. So we're doing media round now, we're everywhere. But I have my own project coming out like Easter next year. It's called Prophecy. It's a feature film. I'm looking forward to that coming to the screens for everyone to see also. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm working on at the moment.
That's great to hear.
Maybe as we need to wind down, what would be your, this is for everybody now, your quick messages for the people in Christmas, starting with the prophet, because that's the latest reference, so we have to stick to the latest reference.
And what you're working on as well. I know you're working on our tunic, definitely. That one is a constant, but also what you're working on as well.
For me, firstly, the message for Christmas is love. I just want to encourage people, and for me, I just pray for strength, because a lot of people are going through a lot of things. I told a friend yesterday, I said, people have gone beyond encouragement, people have gone beyond motivation. I just pray for strength to hold on, to pull through, you know, so that at the end of the day, it pays off, that the labor does not just go in vain. So for me, my greatest thing, and I'm praying for a lot of people, I just wake up, I just pray for people randomly, strength at this time, so that people can pull through this season, and because there is light at the end of every tunnel. So what am I working on? It's full-time ministry for me now. So I'm aiming at discipling men, raising them as king and as priest. That's my assignment. And see that no matter where you are, you're a king where you are, an actor, a comedian, a random person, there's something divine about you that you might not have discovered. So you'll be seeing a lot of my Christian programs, healing meetings across the world, starting from Nigeria. And you see, don't worry.
Have you slept? Because I know you do prayer marathons. Do you sleep?
I sleep briefly, but we'll pray a lot. In fact, 31st we're praying in Badon. So to the new year, at Jogos.
Okay, let's get to Mr. Titus. Professor Titus.
Yes.
30 seconds.
Professor by Sir Titus. Let me just quickly say, in a laconic and epigrammatic manner, without any lacuna for mumbo jumbo, gobbledygook, and hocus pocus. Yes, since we are still in the season of the Buddha Bing, Bura Bing, and Mary Crimbo, I want to urge every Homo sapiens, even though the prices of things have burgeoned and skyrocketed to the proliferate, and it is kind of hard for people to enjoy themselves. I want to urge every Homo sapien to eclipse themselves in the state of joy, sans joy de viva, and to be devoid of any cantankerous ho-hum, hoo-ha, ho-ha, and humdrum.
So, say that again.
Ho-hum, hoo-ha, ho-ha, and humdrum.
Okay. We must thank all of you for coming on the program.
For not causing
Warri Arole, actor, comedian, and prophet.
Thank you.
How do we even describe you now? Jabin Igrige, professor barrister.
Jabin, right?
A comedian.
Professor Barrister Titus, that's the pregnomen, cognomen, nomenclature, and the epithets.
To avoid
any cantankerous gaga to one gaga.
I was also thank Lolo Motude, Lolo One, an actress, a media professional, and practitioner. Thank you so much, gentlemen and lady. Thank you for coming on the program. And Merry Christmas to all of you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Well, we will now take a quick break. When we come back, it will be time to just sing all the way to the end of the show. Our guys are here. Join us again.
Welcome back to our Christmas special. It's still the morning brief, just in case you're wondering, and we're getting into the tunes right now. To my left, we have Vox Clan, and to my right, we have K Wonder and his fantastic band. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting with Vox Clan first, then we'll go to K Wonder. Vox Clan is going to be doing Silent Night, right? Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this.
Silent silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, your troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, your troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together, if the faith allows.
Yo, Voxclan, I have to come in.
Hang a shining star upon your highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
And we're gonna flow.
We're gonna flow into
K-Wonder.
K-Wonder.
Beautiful Vox Clan, thank you so much. Now, K-Wonder, let's do this. So this is how we end the show today, Christmas special. We're gonna take it live now to
Are we
K-Wonder.
dancing or something?
Are we ready?
Let's go.
All right, let's move.
Everybody.
To your left, to your right.
To your left.
Okay. Well, let's do. I want to be sure we're getting it.
Everybody, you say, call his name, Jesus. Call his name, Jesus. Agbára, ògo láṣọ ìlẹ̀kẹ̀, ìjìlá lẹ́gùn lẹ́ṣin, ọba ayérayé. Agbára lẹ́wọ̀ láṣọ, ògo láṣọ ìlẹ̀kẹ̀, ìjìlá lẹ́gùn lẹ́ṣin, ọba ayérayé. Láṣọ, ògo láṣọ ìlẹ̀kẹ̀, ìjìlá lẹ́gùn lẹ́ṣin, ọba ayérayé. Ẹ̀yin ni o, aládé iná. Ẹ̀yin ni o, ẹlẹ́wù ògo. Ẹ̀yin ni, jagunjagun lábẹ́ mi.
All right. Jesus.
Fantastic. That's the reason for this season. K-Wonder and the band.
K-Wonder and the band.
Thank you so much. We're still going to have a lot of fun. This is not over just yet. Thank you so much, Vox Clan. But that's where we wrap things up on this side. The fun continues right here on the Morning Brief Christmas Special. I'm Kayode Okikelu.
Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful Christmas ahead.
I'm Jeffrey Uzama. Enjoy your Christmas. Bye-bye.
Sunrise Daily is next. So let's go, guys.